It is Ice and Franchise in the Big Apple, and it will be the two-time Jets Club champion Ice getting the ball first in this game. Let's get to know these players a little better. Starting off with Franchise, Nicholas Arroyo, 29 years old from Valley Stream, New York, a two-time club runner-up, and TD, he labs with some of the best in EMB.
He does. This is Franchise's third time in the finals of the club. He's yet to win. So can he get over the hump today? We'll find out. But like you said, he labs with EMB. And this is an EMB versus TNC battle, so it's a big-time matchup.
Taking a look for Franchise at his player to watch. No surprise, trying to get that run going. Reggie Bush with backfield master.
Yeah, Franchise, like I said, not known for his offense, so he's going to rely on that Reggie Bush with backfield master, you know, one of the best running backs in the game. You also be able to put him some different routes, some angle routes out of the backfield that really might help open up his offense.
On the flip side, the two-time New York Jets club champion, don't care about ice, George Schwartz, 21 years old, from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, $12,000 in career earnings. He said, TD, this is his club, and he wants it back.
Yeah, he told us this is the best he's ever felt any year on the game. Like I said, Ice, very underrated player. He's prolific on offense, and he's one of my favorite players to watch. He plays with a lot of passion. He's a likable kid, and it's a good matchup.
Taking a look at his MUT item to watch. No surprise, looking to dial up some dots. Dante Culpepper, Gunslinger, and that X Factor Omaha.
Yeah, he's really good in that gun bunch, and you're going to need that Dante Culpepper with Gunslinger. He's going to be able to throw some faster animations. And then Omaha, if that activates and gets some completions in a row, watch out, because that Culpepper is a beast.
We mentioned how this is battle between two of the top crews, TNC and EMB facing off. TD, you know that these two guys are going to be as prepared as anybody.
Without a doubt. These guys, two of the best crews in the game. EMB Franchise has been in EMB for like 10 years now. You know, he's super close with guys like Joke, Evil O, VY, so he's going to be very prepared. But the question of the game is, does Franchise have enough on offense? Because that's been his downfall ever since I've known Franchise. He is really good on defense, but his offense is what's held him back. But like I said earlier, I heard through the grapevine, rumors are that Franchise has some glitchy or unique stuff that he's pulling out on offense, but we're going to see Ice here with the ball first. He's like I said, he's in that Carolina Panthers offensive playbook. He is one of the most prolific gun bunch players in the community.
As you see the audibles getting set up, the formation subs, and here in Madden 21 TD, those formation subs, especially important as the offensive flexibility, it's as good as it's ever been.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's one of my favorite features added to Madden 21. You're going to see Ice. He's going to sub in a running back at receiver occasionally. He can also sub in a tight end, which you see a lot of guys do at the receiver spot to be able to audible down to two tight end sets like single back wing stack or things like I form close. So look for him to mix it up in his gun bunch.
First down and 10 for Ice. Rolling out right side. Culpepper, he'll slide down at the 30-yard line. Good start. Picking up 5 on first down. Easy read with the scramble.
Yeah, nice scramble. And I think it's cool to point out, Nick, from big difference from last year, we don't see that escape artist, dashing dead-eye abilities like we did last year. Everyone just uses that gunslinger, and Culpepper, Josh Allen, they do have some decent speed, so if you need to roll out, you can get 5 yards, which you saw Ice just do.
Culpepper on 2nd and 5. Taking a shot over the top. There goes Scary Terry. 15, 10, 5-yard line. A laser beam for the two-time champ.
2 plays in, and Ice is already fired up. A super laser over the top. Terry McLaurin, all that speed. Man, he's been a difference maker for everyone. One of the best cards you can get on your MUT roster.
And you can already see the emotional, the fired up, don't care about Ice. He doesn't care who knows it. He is fired up to win this club back. Handoff to Bush.
Get in there, big
He'll
boy.
get down to the 2-yard line.
And Nick, when we talked to Ice the other night, didn't he seem just so motivated? He even told us he feels a little disrespected by the community. You know, he's made some runs in some online tournaments this year. He feels like people kind of overlook him. They don't think that he's a top player in the community. But so far on this first drive, he looks phenomenal.
You see that Jets champion banner next to Ice. We'll go down with the goal line set, 3 tight ends. Fullback dive, not there. Are we going to see a fullback dive touchdown today, TD?
Well, we just saw Stevie with that fullback dive defense, and he happens to be in the same crew as Franchise, both repping that EMB. So I don't know if it's young Tony over there who's helping them cook up this fullback dive defense, but man, it looks really good. And now, you know, this is the difference in the game, these field goals compared to touchdowns in the red zone.
3rd and goal. How about a little fake jet sweep, and Dante Culpepper fights to the end zone. First touchdown on the board to the 2-time champ.
A little QB power in the red zone. That might be why you put Dante Culpepper on your team. He's about 6'4", 250. I don't know if a guy like Brett Favre is doing that type of thing in the red zone. So great first drive right there by Ice.
7-0. Ice on the board first. What a drive. We saw some of the run game. We saw a big pass play. We saw what makes Ice so tough to stop that balanced offense.
Yeah, he's so good on offense. His gun bunch easily goes down the field. I mean, second play of the game, he's going over the top to Terry McLaurin. But Nick, here's the story of the game to me, because I do think Franchise eventually will figure out Ice on offense. He might be able to get some stops, but Franchise, does he have enough on offense? As you take a look at this replay, just a streak. It's all it is, a streak to the outside. McLaurin, a busted zone coverage right there, and gets that big play down to the 4-yard line. And he's able to punch it in.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Go.
It is tough to stop that man from DC. Terry McLaurin with the wheels.
So yeah, Franchise in this spread or pass balance offense, whatever you want to call it, that playbook, it's all shotgun. So you're not going to see Eddie under center. There's about 20 or so shotgun formations in here. And I'm interested to see what he's got cooked up, because I do heard he has some good stuff. But like I said, the thing with Franchise, he's never been able to pass that good. So I think down the stretch here, he's going to be able to need to do that. We saw Stevie. That was kind of the story for Stevie. And he kind of struggled at the end when he needed to pass. So is Franchise going to be able to figure that out?
Hot in here.
Ice already sweating. We're less than 2 minutes into the game. Ice is already complaining about the heat.
Ice has really good personality too. I don't know if a lot of people know that about him. My guy George, he's hilarious if you ever talk to him. But Franchise looks super locked in. We haven't heard one peep out of Franchise yet. He's got the gaming glasses on there. He's ready to go. And here we go. First drive for the savvy veteran.
1st and 10 for Franchise. EMB zone, first time on offense. Below RPO action, little smoke screen, and there goes that man one more time. Terry McLaurin down the sidelines to the 32-yard line. 43 yards on the first play from scrimmage for Franchise.
Yeah, and I said, you know, I feel confident if he doesn't catch me off guard. Franchise with a little screen right there. Does he know something that we don't know? It might be something he cooked up there with that screen. We'll have to see if he goes to that more, but I expect to see a very diverse, unique offense here and a big first play right there.
Is that some of the unique dots that they were talking about Franchise dialing up? 1st and 10, handoff to Bush. This time he goes with the handoff. All right, first play 43 yards, second play 1 yard. Varying levels of success.
Yeah, if you're a fan of spread offense, college football offense, then Franchise's offense is what you would like to see. It's kind of like that Chip Kelly offense that we see back in the day from Oregon. That's what Franchise is going to be in here. He's going to be in all these shotguns, audibling around, really making it difficult for Ice to see what's happening.
9 out of 10.
Come on.
Hand off to Bush. Good defense on the outside by Ice.
Pass.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 already. Ice looking good right there. You know, Franchise mixing up his play calls, but he's going to have to go to the air here. 3rd and 11. And I don't think Ice is prepared for this type of offense. So I expect him to stay in that nickel defense, though. See what Franchise has.
3rd and 11. Dante Culpepper in the shotgun. He'll drop back pass. 3-man rush from Ice. Looking right side. That's picked off.
When he has to pass, it gets scary.
Taylor Mays going the other way for Ice. It's Taylor Mays in open space. It's Taylor Mays driving off into the sunset. It's Don't Care About Ice putting a defensive touchdown on the board.
Taylor Mays the playmaker of the game. What a user pick right there by Ice, and he takes it to the house. And this is what we talked about with Franchise. When he needs to pass, does he have something? And so far he doesn't. That's been the thing in Franchise's Madden career, is that he's not able to pass when he needs to. And you heard Ice say it. Ice said when he needs to pass, he struggles, and that was the case right there.
Former Bengal, former Raider. How crazy is it, Tyler Davis, that a man who had zero, count them, zero career interceptions in the league, he's one of the best in the game of Madden, going the other way for Ice.
Absolute stud, 6'4", all that speed, great user pick, kind of a bad read by the Franchise, and he's taken it to the house and he's fired up.
When he has to pass, it gets scary. Come on.
Think Ice is feeling the heat now? Think it's getting sweaty in that room?
Ice is fired up.
And off to Bush, and now Franchise, nice run left side. It's Reggie Bush picking up a first down, given 19 on the play.
Little read option right there. You don't see too many read options this year. I know out of the Seattle bunch, there's a good one, but you don't see a lot of those read options from an offset formation. Franchise going to that. Franchise got to stick to his game, which is running the ball. You know, when he gets in those passing situations, it does get tough for him. So I'd like to see him go back to this read option. Maybe even go back to that screen we saw earlier. A couple of those things mixed in.
And up to Sanders, left side, trying to get
just
that
gonna
outside
flip inside zone every play.
Working.
Come on. We love that. We love that.
Two-time club runner-up.
So
Franchise that he's looking. He doesn't want to be the bridesmaid anymore. He wants to be the bride.
All of this.
Yeah, you know, to make it to the club finals 3 times is very difficult to do. He's been a finalist 3 years in a row. He lost in the Final Four 1 year, a different club each year. So I know he's from the New York area, so I think this would mean a lot to him to be able to represent the Jets, but down 14-0 early.
And off to Bush, and once again, it's like Novocaine. Give it time, it'll always work. That inside zone, picking up another 3.
Yeah, manageable 3rd and 3 here. Franchise, really, the whole playbook's open. Might go back to a read option, inside zone. You see him just flipping around all these formations. It's hard, if you're on defense, it's hard to really expect what's coming. Gonna go to a trio offset formation. Look for an RPO bubble.
Reggie Bush on the right hip of Dante Culpepper. Tyler Lockett motioned over to the left side. It will
Come
be
here.
handoff to Bush.
Come here,
Great
Franchise.
gap shoot once again. Taylor Mays making plays. 14-0 after 1.
Franchise just continuing to go to those read options and inside zones. Ice is ready for it, and already we're starting the second quarter, but we're already in a huge play. 4th and 2. If Franchise doesn't convert this, he's going to be in a big deficit that's difficult to come back from.
I want to know what Ice is humming. I can't tell what it is. It sounded like it might have been Christmas carols. Might be getting into the Christmas spirit already. It's already been handed a gift. It's the other way. Timeout taken. Looked like Franchise didn't like what he saw on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Franchise looks a little indecisive when it comes to offense. You see him just flipping around these formations. He's calling timeouts. He doesn't look too confident in his offense right now. Ice has all the momentum.
Now, if there's ever a key 2 yards in the first half of a game, this is it. Franchise looking to keep pace with the 2-time Jets Club champion. 4th down and 2. And then drop back to pass with Culpepper. He's in trouble. Down goes Culpepper. Thomas with the sack. Ice with the second stop of the game.
Defense, and more defense. Ice coming up clutch with a big defensive stand. And, you know, Nick, I might need to recheck my sources because I heard all these rumors, all these things through the grapevine that Franchise had some glitchy things cooked up on offense, and so far, it's been all Ice.
Hand off to Bush up the middle. TD, when we talked with Ice, he said this club is about one thing, one word: respect. He feels disrespected in the community. He feels disrespected by other Madden players. He wants to prove he's a top player in the game.
1000%. He wanted his get back. He feels like this is his club. He feels like the Jets is what he runs, and he's looking to go for the 3-time championship in the Jets club, up 14-0. And if you're Ice here, you just want to use some of this clock. Even if you got to kick 3, you see him going down to this weak Twins, look for a halfback dive.
I'm just worried, like, if Franchise gets too excited, he's going to bump into his dresser. That chair is tight to the furniture in his room. As Reggie Bush up the middle picks up 5.
Yeah, and Franchise wanted to shout out his wife, Isabella, who's watching at home, always supports him as well. 2nd and 5 here. If you're Ice, I'd expect him to go back to the ground game. You know, you look good so far on those dives. I think he's going to go down to that weak twins, maybe a little I form close dive.
We'll go to the I form. 2 wide receivers, McLaurin on the left. Give it to Reggie Bush up the middle, maybe a yard. 3rd and 4.
Little halfback dive again. Ice, you see him just taking his time, very patient, using this clock. You know, I expect him to pass here and stay in the bunch, but I would expect him to hike it under 5 seconds on the play clock, around that, and look for maybe double post out of gun bunch.
3rd and 4. So far here in the clubs through 3 days, TNC 2-0 as a crew looking to get to 3-0. As that one's not going to be inbounds. Ice going to take a field goal. We got 2 TNC members playing today. We got Blocky playing later tonight in the Dolphins Club.
Yeah, you know, you see we got a lot of EMB, a lot of TNC in these club championships. Not a bad drive by Ice right there. You took some time off the clock. You go up 3 possessions. He had a high-low read right there to the right side. Kind of a lob pass, so it was kind of a bad throw, but that was a big drive by Ice, go up 3 possessions. But now if you're Franchise, you're down 3 possessions. This is the drive you have to get points. If you don't get points on this drive, it's most likely GG's. So for Franchise, GG, got to go down the field and at least get a field goal to keep yourself alive.
Dante Culpepper. I love that little smoke screen to the left side. First time it went for about 40. This time only 9.
The only way he can
complete
a pass is if he makes my guy just my corner the blitz.
Only 2 completions so far for Franchise, and they've both been on that smoke screen play. And you hear Ice saying he's doing something to get his cornerback to blitz on that play. So I don't know why Franchise doesn't go to that a little bit more, because he's had success with that. See what he does here on 2nd and 1.
There's an RPO once again. It's Reggie Bush picking up the first down inside the 40-yard line.
Let him in.
Uh-oh. We're getting real. The glasses are off, TD. It's all real now. Down 17-0. Franchise is locked in.
The gaming goggles are off. Franchise locked in. Read option again.
Back to Bush. All right, maybe the goggles were the problem. That was a nice run, picking up 13.
Nice little chunk play right there. Read option again. Ice is feeling it, though. You can tell all the momentum's on his side. He's bobbing back and forth. 2-minute warning now. But Franchise with a good drive support. You need some more chunk plays just like that read option.
Nonetheless, Franchise will get the ball to start the second half. So a touchdown on this drive is crucial. Back to the ground game. Reggie Bush picks up 5.
You know,
curious
Nick,
what the chat thinks, by the way. I want to know what they remember Reggie Bush as. Is he a saint, a lion?
Definitely a saint. Definitely a saint.
Oh, there's that smoke screen. It's out to Terry McLaurin. Lowering the shoulder, breaking a tackle, picking up 10. Oh, we might be seeing more guys running this in Weekend League if Franchise keeps having success with it.
Yeah, so you see what's happening. When he runs that smoke screen to the left side, the cornerback that's covering him blitzes in. He like runs in to leave him completely wide open out there. So Franchise had a lot of success with that, and he goes back to the ground game. So Franchise has looked phenomenal on this drive, mixing in the read options along with that screen, and he's back in business. If you're Franchise, you need to get 7.
You got to think, TD, if Franchise were to drop an ideal drive, this is how it would go. He's been dominant running the ball. He's been ahead of the game in play calling. That's the first play we've seen go backwards on this drive.
Yeah, you know, Nick, and we need our stats guru, Donnie Moore, for this, because I feel like Franchise is run so many unique plays. Like, out of anyone we've seen, he's in a different formation every single play. Pretty cool stuff to see.
And off to Bush, cuts it upfield. He's got room inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line. 18 yards for Franchise. 25 seconds and counting the first half.
Great play calling on this drive by Franchise. You see we got a read option to the left. We got a read option to the right, an inside zone back left. We even saw a counter, couple screens. So he's really mixing up his play calling well. And now he's got, I believe, 1 timeout left here, and he's on the 2-yard line. So this is tricky. You got to be very careful here because you can run the ball on 1 play, but then if you get tackled, you got to burn that timeout, and then it gets very scary.
Talking about how important this drive is for Franchise. How big would it be right now for Ice if he's able to hold Franchise to a field goal?
Yeah, this would be big. This would be big. Either way, if you're Franchise, though, you cannot make a mistake and get no points out of this. You have to get points. You're getting the ball at half.
I'm here.
Oh, what a gap shoot. Ronnie Lott through the gap. Big tackle for Ice. 2nd down. Clock under 10 seconds. Looking for the RPO bubble screen. It's picked off. And down goes. It's Jackson with the ball. He's down to the 42-yard line. A pick inside the 5.
The one thing I said Franchise couldn't do, and he does it. He turns the ball over inside the 5-yard line. You needed points on that drive to keep yourself in the game. And Ice, he just tries to throw a quick motion out bubbles to the outside. Ice all over, just a bad read. Franchise was just in a rush, and he made a bad decision. And now Ice going to go up 3 possessions at half.
Culpepper, 1st and 10. Stepping up, corner route. Oh, Ice gave it back, though. Yeah, Franchise with the pick. Zeros on the clock, and at halftime, it is all Ice. 17-0. Franchise will get the ball to start the 2nd half.
Just a costly mistake, Nick, by Franchise. And inside the 5-yard line, you needed points. Even if you have to settle for a field goal to go down 2 possessions, you cannot turn the ball over.
Oh, what's up?
That could come back to cost him as we get down into the 2nd half.
And you can see just the difference in facial expressions. Ice looking confident. Franchise looking a little defeated right now. Halftime here in the Jets Club Championship final. 17-0. Well, this ball game far from over, but Ice in great position. Franchise starting off with the ball first, down 17-0, needing points. First down at 10. It is Culpepper. He'll hand this off to Bush, who breaks a tackle and then is finally tackled and then lifted off the ground. 6 yards on 2nd and 4.
He went back to that screen, but it looked like Ice made a little adjustment. His corner did not rush in on that screen play, so maybe Ice just figure out how to defend that. Franchise going back to a little RPO action.
What the hell are you doing, Franchise?
It's Dntcareaboutice taking the carry for Franchise, picking up 2. 3rd down and 2 for Franchise.
Yeah, a little RPO, keeps it with Culpepper. You know, he does have Mike Vick as his backup quarterback. You might want to see him sub in Vick for that type of situation. Culpepper's not an ideal guy to run with a lot of space. So kind of interesting play calling right now.
Come on, buddy.
Are we sure that that Ice doesn't have the entire Franchise game plan in front of him? Because he is reading every play like a book.
Yeah, I think he's expecting these inside zones now, left and right. He's made some adjustments, and here we go. Franchise, like we said, he struggles when he needs to pass. 4th and 6, you're on your own 30. He's got to cook something up to keep his season alive, to keep his Jets Club Championship hopes alive.
Culpepper on 4th and 6. He's got the corner out left side, doesn't see it, looking for the post route. Could have been picked, doesn't matter. Turnover on downs. Either way, Ice with his 3rd stop of the game. Franchise, he's inside a box.
Yeah, this is a body bag now. He's locked inside the box. The cage is shut tight. The lock is on. And Ice is just looking phenomenal on defense. I mean, Franchise with just some bad reads. It's plain and simple. You know, you can't make that type of read over the middle. 2 guys right there. It could have been a 3rd pick. And for Ice, you know, it was probably better to drop it. You're in great field position.
Toss play to Bush. Great defense there from Franchise. Able to tackle for a loss on this play. If you're Franchise, the goal here's got to be holding to 3. Or get a turnover. Turnover ideally, but at 3, at least you stay within 3 scores.
Very.
Yeah, and you hear Ice saying, this is nice. You know, Ice knows he's in control now. You might just see 3 runs here. Get this down under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Take your 3, because honestly, Franchise can't move the ball on offense, so Ice feels completely confident in his defense.
That looked like a run commit. as Ice last year lost to AKG in the Jets Club semifinals. Talking to him, he said, I wasn't that locked in. I was a little overconfident coming into the clubs. I was just going through the motions, TD. He said this year, it's all business. It's the best he has ever felt playing the game of Madden.
All business, and you could tell by the tone of his voice, Nick, he was motivated. He was frustrated from last year. He feels like this is his club, like we said, and he's about to go up 20-0. Just a dominant performance. You know, he hasn't looked great on offense, but he hasn't needed to because of how effective his defense has been. He's always had good field position. So from here on out, if you're Ice, you just want to use that clock.
Kind of reminds me of
Seth's got a whole lot of his dog.
what was it when the Dolphins played the Jets? No, it would have been. It was whatever Tua's first game was a couple weeks ago. Like Tua ended up being like he only threw for 100 yards, and I was like, well, Tua didn't look that good. Well, the Miami defense forced like 4 turnovers and didn't make him do anything. It's very similar to what Ice has done. It's been all defense. There's been no need for the offense to do anything.
Yeah, definitely. I believe that was the Rams game. He didn't have to do much. You know, it was his first start, so people, you know, they were kind of disappointed in him. They thought, oh, wow, we thought we were going to see more from Tua, but he didn't need to do much. And that's exactly, to your point, Nick, what we're seeing from Ice. You know, he's had a couple dots here and there, but it's really just been his defense. He just wants to sit back, force franchise to get in passing situations, and when he does, he's taking advantage.
I ain't gonna lie, I got no clue. Oh, this is a run. This is a run with his quarterback.
I mean,
dang, man, it's almost like you just can't run a gadget play every play this year.
It's like he's seen this movie 8 times. How does he know, like, what franchise is running before he even snaps the ball?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know what to say. You see him subbing in that Vic, but, I mean, this is just rough right now for franchise. It really is. I mean, he just can't get anything going. He's thinking, he's digging deep, trying to find something. He's subbing in his backup quarterback. He's doing anything he can, but Ice just has him in a complete cage.
Culpepper on 3rd and 3. Stepping left. He's got time. Does he have a receiver?
Oh my God, dear Lord, what was that?
It's DRC!
What was that?
Touchdown pass perhaps! Rogers Cromartie into the end zone. Put your floaties on. We got ourselves a flood.
Franchise GG, GG's in the chat. It is over. Ice with a dominant performance on defense. I mean, franchise should have thrown 4 picks. He's lucky the other one wasn't picked. Another pick, and this one goes for 6 again. 27-0. Ice came out to dominate.
It's interesting, Ty, when we talked with Ice's crewmate, when we talked with Free the Penguins, we asked him what it was like being in TNC. As we take a look at this pick 6 one more time, the crossbody throw picked off by DRC. Penguins said they feel like they're ahead of the game. They rely on their preparation, and you're seeing it today from Ice.
The score is 27-0.
Knowing what plays are coming, knowing how to defend what has been a very varied offense. It says to the preparation of TNC coming into these games.
The preparation, the lab work. I mean, we saw it with Dntcareaboutice last week with that strip specialist on your user. That is a huge thing people are doing now. Ice was talking about that the other night, saying they're ahead of the curve, finding these type of little glitches in the game, little things that are effective. And man, when you come out, I mean, franchise is 3 for 8, 3 picks, 27-0. This is domination at its finest.
You know, TD, and it now Ice starts to look forward, and he did say when we talked to him, listen, I want to do better in the actual clubs. I've won this club twice. I'm looking to win it 3 times, but I've never done anything once I've got there. You know, this is as easy as it gets for a game, as he just said. You heard him saying, I only had to complete 1 pass. I didn't really have to do a whole lot. What do you see as Ice's prospects going into the final 32? Is this somebody who can make a run out of the AFC East?
I definitely believe so. Like you said, you know, those 2 years he was the Jets Club champion. He lost in the final 32, so he hasn't had a ton of success when he does reach the final 32. But looking at this AFC East, I think he can make a run this year. I like his game. I think he's had a good start to the year. We talked about earlier, you know, he's made some runs in these online tournaments we've seen. The game kind of suits his style. You know, the gun bunch is effective. He's solid on defense. So I definitely think Ice can make some noise when we head into January.
He ran.
Nice run on 4th and 1 for franchise to pick up a first down.
Is he labbing?
You hear
Hey,
Ice saying,
it's on
"Is he
your phone.
labbing mid-game?"
Take it close.
And if you're Ice at this point, like you're cool with giving that up because that forces franchise a new set of downs to use all this clock.
T. Davis, I know you could hear me. I told you, if he doesn't show up and catch me off guard with a gimmick, he has no chance.
I hear
T.
you,
Davis, your
Ice.
response.
I hear you, Ice. You told us. You laid it down for us in the
He's
pregame
chewing clock.
meeting. So
There's the pass. DK Metcalf to the 25-yard line. I think that's the first time we've had a commentator asked a question by a player mid-game.
mid-conversation. That's a lot of fun. That just shows how dominant Ice has been. You know, he's having a little chat with me about his. But like honestly, exactly what Ice said is what's panned out. If he wasn't caught off guard, he was going to be successful, and it's exactly what happened. The one thing that kind of caught him off guard was that wide receiver screen, but besides that, I mean, everything has been bagged, and just exactly what he thought was going to happen happened.
Second and 21.
Is he calling the
Culpepper
same play? Oh, no.
in trouble again. He'll throw this one away.
Just take knees. Franchise, there's no reason for you to be in a 27-0 game unless you're going to do something with like 1 second left on the clock.
You know, Turbo Jeff earlier, last week, he became a 3-time Broncos club champion. Now
Oh, no.
Ice looking to become the next person. He's a 3-time champion with the same club.
Come here.
3rd and 21, good defense.
Might want to kick.
Does look like franchise going
There
to
we go.
break up the shutout.
Desperation.
Franchise just listening to what Ice has to say. 27-3. I mean, if you're franchise at this point, might as well just go for some onside kicks.
Kick is up. It is
Yes,
good.
man. We needed this, though.
The
Oh,
shutout
so
is
much
broken.
time, so much effort.
Because I'm getting crushed by my buddy Ice. I know I've been getting a lot of hate lately on social and everything, and you know, if I won this game, I was going to give a pretty good speech, because right now at this time,
I only have 82 total yards. That's sick.
I would just like to
That's
make an
amazing.
apology.
I've had to call one real play the entire game.
I'd like to make an apology for
What a
absolutely
beautiful
nobody.
sight.
Have a good day, everybody.
Did we just get hit with a Conor McGregor? Did we just get hit with a Conor McGregor?
Nick, I'm trying to hold in my laughter, my emotion, but you know, I don't even know what to say.
Well, TD, I think I'm done. I think this is where I retire. You can handle the rest of the show. I'm just going to go. Well, YouTube star in the making franchise. That's going to be clipped for a while, huh?
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think social media will have a lot
All right,
to
let's-
say about
Let's
this
lab some of
game,
these
but
runs.
you know, bottom line here, don't care about Ice. It is very difficult, Nick, to even win one club 1 year. To come back and win it 3 times.
Oh, I found the
that's
one.
just-
I'm the best.
That just says a lot about Ice, his preparation, his mentality, and how he keeps coming back to really run this club. I mean, even last year, you know, you still made the Final Four of the Jets club, and now you're a 3-time champion. Just a dominant performance, and congratulations to the young man.
You see the fist pump from Ice. He knows he's got this one in the bag.
No, I put my mic up to my mouth now because I'm having a conversation. What's up, Twitch chat? I hope you guys got some good entertainment today.
Dominant win from Ice, 27-3.
Shout out to all the
And
Twitch streamers, Dubby, Prop 'em Right, CC for giving me a platform. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. I love all of you. I love all of my.
TNC will move
Did I really
To
only complete one pass this
3-0.
game? I might be a god.
to 3-0 on the year so far, with Blocky coming up later. And you see Ice. The hard work has paid off, Tyler Davis. He is now a 3-time New York Jets club champion as it is all GG's in the chat.
Yeah, you see the elation on Ice's face. You got to feel happy for him. I know how excited. I know how badly he wanted this. Like we said, Nick, in that meeting, you could tell the tone of his voice. Like, he was hungry. He was ready. He came out and he absolutely dominated. He deserves this victory. And like I said, I'm looking for big things from Ice in that final 32 because the last 2 times he was in that spot, he did not make a lot of noise. So this could be his year where he makes a run. Just impressive all the way around, offense and defense.
Go, baby! We
The
did it!
fist pump from the 3-time champ. Ice with an absolutely dominant win in the Jets Club Championship.